Okay, friends, it's just time for me to post this video on YouTube, and it's about what happened in 2006. We're getting ready to go to the polls on Tuesday and vote again. And like I said in my previous videos, I do not believe in the 2006 congressional election results. I don't believe Ms. Carson beat Eric Dickerson, and I don't believe that I came in dead last behind two convicted felons, and I'm going to tell you why. In 2005, I sued several Republican judges and Carl Brizzi in federal court. That was not reported in the Indianapolis Star, but Cale Bradford was one of those judges. And what happened, friends, was that Cale Bradford recused himself and retired Marion Superior Court from hearing that court case, and he was supposed to send it over to the Indiana Supreme Court. That court file was never sent over there in 2005, and it went missing. And it had been missing for nearly a year when I decided, when we got around to the next election in May of 2006. When I sued those judges and Carl Brizzi in 2005, my brother was hit with a rape charge, and Carl Brizzi knew we were brothers, so he went after my brother. And he knew that, the prosecutor's office knew that my brother didn't rape anybody, and in the end, Judge Jane Magnus Stinson, who was the judge on that case, she eventually excluded the police's testimony because they wouldn't show up to testify against my brother, and the accuser, who wouldn't show up to testify. So the judge excluded their testimony. So, but my brother sat in jail for 7 months, and my mother paid nearly $8 grand to get him out of there. So when I became a federal candidate in February of 2002, registering within 30 minutes of the deadline, the Democratic Party boss, Ed Tracy, and the Republican Party boss, Mike Murphy, then they knew what the hell I was going to talk about, okay? And I was going to talk about that missing court file and all of that good stuff. And Mike Murphy wanted to get Carl Brizzi reelected, and it was Ed Tracy's job to get Julia Carson elected. So they all came together. And so when that May 2006 primary rolled around, I came in dead last behind two convicted felons with only 306 votes citywide. And Ms. Carson scored a near presidential primary strength with 4 people running against her, howls about her health, and the strictest voter ID law in the nation. And she was able to hang on and do 29,300 votes in that election. And I don't know how you can trust those election results when my court file was missing, and Doris Ann Sadler and Cale Bradford and those folks were doing the counting. So that's why I don't believe in the 2006 congressional election results. And the state of Indiana should have used those election results to bolster their argument in the voter ID case, but they didn't do it. So I believe we had a fraudulent election. That court file is still missing, okay? And I've got a letter from Beth White's Chief of Staff, Teresa Hall, telling me that she cannot find a court file that was supposed to have been sent over to the Indiana Supreme Court. Now, as all you friends know, that Governor Mitch Daniels put Cale Bradford on the Court of Appeals in 2007. That's why the Justice Department won't look into this case, because they don't want to cause Mitch Daniels any political damage. So there it is, friends. They're not going to look. They're not going to investigate that, and our democracy is in trouble. We're in trouble because I don't see how we can go on continuing to move in this direction with this obviously fraudulent election. And so I'm posting this because that's what my campaign is pretty much about, delivering the message of what happened in 2006. Eric, I believe you won that election. There it is. And I have filed an election fraud complaint with Beth White and the Marion County Election Board back in early February of 2008 this year, before they got rid of the ballots. They probably already have gotten rid of the ballots for that election. So there it is. An election fraud complaint is on file. I've got the stamp, and the Secretary of State has a complaint about that, and they also have a complaint about other topics that I'm going to talk about also. So there it is, friends. Let's be vigilant, and that's the end of the video.